Hello everyone, I'm Jaime Blasco, and in this video you will learn how to use GoRouter to add navigation to our Flutter applications. So first, what is GoRouter? It is a declarative routing package maintained by the Flutter team that allows us to implement navigation inside our apps in an easy but powerful way. It uses the new route API, and what makes it ideal is that it's URL based. This means each route that you want to add in your app will be defined by its own custom URL path, making directly compatible with Flutter Web with no changes required. It also comes with support for a lot of useful features. You can define custom parameters in your URL path and even add queries that can pass more information between these routes. But we'll see this later. We'll be able to have subroutes and create custom tab navigations like the one with the bottom navigation bar, and it also comes with support for redirection and deep linking, like when a user is not authenticated and you want them to prevent accessing some parts of the app, or when a user opens your app through a link and you want them to navigate directly to a specific screen. On top of all this, it also comes with the already pre-built features for the existing routing system, allowing you to create custom transitions and automatically adapting for Cupertino and Material apps. Let's get started by adding GoRouter to a simple app. First, we need to initialize a new GoRouter class. For this, we are going to create a private variable with the same name, and in the constructor, we are going to pass the list of the routes. To start, we will define the first route of our app. This one will have no name and we will display the home page. Now, to add it to our app, we have to modify the Material app constructor to use the one named router and pass the variable we just created as the route config parameter. Now, let's see how can we define multiple routes. We have already seen that we can create a route page that requires no name, but we can also define a route with a custom name. For example, let's create a route for displaying a list of books. So this route is going to have a path named books, and when we add this path to our URL, this will take us directly to the books page. Imagine you would like to allow to filter this by your favorites. This can be easily implemented by passing a query parameter into the URL. We can use the GoRouter state to access this or any other query parameters that can be in the URL. So now, if a URL has the query parameter fab set to true, we will only be able to see our favorite books. We can also define custom parameters inside our path. Imagine we want to create a new route to display the details of each book. We could add a path named book that contains a variable with the ID of the book. Variables inside the path need to be defined by preceding with a colon. So now, if we navigate to a URL from the book with ID 3, its information will be displayed on the screen. We can also add subroutes as the children of other routes. The path of this route will be joined with the previous parent route paths. So now, if you go to the book/3/reviews, you will be able to see the reviews of that specific book. With all this, our app is now composed by 4 different screens: homepage, book list, book detail, and reviews. But how can we navigate between them? Let's see. In the home screen, we can create a button that when it's pressed by the user, it takes them to a new page. For that, we call context.go and pass the path where we want it to go. In this case, it will be books. The old route will be replaced with a new route. We can keep doing that, and for example, from the book list, we can navigate to the book details page. In case we wanted to go into a subroute like reviews, the router will keep the previous route in the stack, so in case we wanted to go back at some point, this will also automatically animate too. Imagine we wanted to push a route to the stack, and this route is not a subroute of the current one. For example, from the book page, we wanted to navigate to a list of books. We can use push for that, and the new route will be added on top of this. To go back, we just need to call pop, and the previous route will animate back. If we want to prevent a user accessing a specific page, we can use redirect for that. In this case, we are checking if the user is authenticated or not through the state of a block. And if the user is not authenticated, we will redirect them to a route that is with the path sign in, Otherwise, we will return null and the navigation will go as normal. We can move this logic to the app level and configure a global redirect method for all the routes. In case you want to implement a bottom navigation bar, GoRouter has you covered. Recently, a new type of route called shell route has been introduced. This new route allows you to nest navigations and add a custom UI between them. So for this case, in the builder, we are going to pass a custom scaffold that contains a navigation bar and pass the child content as the body. And finally, in the routes, we can define the routes that will be inside our navigation. In this case, we will add 3 simple routes, first, second, and third. To navigate between them is as easy as the previous routes, context.go and the path you want to navigate to. So now, with everything that we learned in this video, we are fully capable of implementing multiple ways of navigation inside our apps by using GoRouter. Thank you for watching, hope this video was useful and enjoy Flutter Forward!